My take on it is that it's absolutely terrible that this has happened, especially at this time. I mean, this is an election year, and it really feels as though he's trying to politicize what is a very important and very sensitive definition, that he is trying very hard to use that to score political points. And it's something that we definitely need to look at and address and take very seriously.
Is there any practical steps that your organization is taking in regards of these comments?
Yes, there is now, obviously, and we've highlighted this previously. We'd had no contact from the government, no contact from Gove or for anyone regarding that this statement was going to be made. It was all through leaks in the press that we heard that we could be one of the organisations that would be named or could be named. So we wrote to the government. We also highlighted that if we were named, that we would look to take legal action, and we will continue to try to reach out and speak to the government about this, because we've had no connection, no contact or anything from them, either prior or since this statement has been made. And we will continue to try and ascertain why we as an organisation were named, and we will also look at the next steps that we can take regarding moving forward with any legal action or any other form of action.
Michael Gove is saying that these organizations, including MENT, give rise to concern. I think these kind of comments raise concern from your organization. So how do you think that this type of comments will impact your organization and your activities?
One of the things that they highlighted was that organisations won't receive government funding. We don't receive government funding, so it won't affect us in that way. We're community funded 100%, and we know that the community will continue to support MEND in the work that we do along with other organisations as well. But what it will mean is that we have always worked very closely with NHS, with the police, with interfaith organisations, with wider society and Muslim organisations. What I mean is that it could have a bit of impact on our reputation, that organisations may look to work with other organisations instead of ourselves, which is very concerning. We are an educational based organisation. We deliver training, we deliver talks and presentations about Islamophobia, about what Islamophobia is and the impact that it has on the community. And our worry is that if we and others are not in a position to do that, then what is an already very marginalised community will end up even more marginalised. It will end up without a voice to help speak for the community, but also help raise the community's voice, because we always highlight that we don't speak for the community. What we do is we try and raise the community's voice. And it really feels as though the voice of the community at this time is really being stifled.
We label Michael Gove's comment as Islamophobic.
Well, I think a lot of the rhetoric that's come out of the government as a whole over the last number of years is very Islamophobic. Obviously, we have seen Lee Anderson recently in his comments, and he's now left the Conservative Party. We have seen previous prime ministers coming out and saying that women who wear niqab look like letterboxes. I think the current government has a real issue with Islamophobia, and it's something that needs to be addressed, needs to be looked at, and needs a proper investigation.
There are lots of Muslim organizations in Britain, and we are seeing their work. They are very active, and the community, Muslim and non-Muslim, are profiting from their activities and what they do. So these kind of comments, how do you think that they will impact these organizations, Muslim organizations in particular?
So obviously, as we know, when the leaks came from the press, and for a government to interact in that way, for leaks to come out about what they're planning on doing is terrible, for them not to contact the organisations directly. But there was many other organisations named through the press when it came to these leaks. And I think the real worry and the real threat to Muslim organisations is that actually any organisation could be named at any time. And especially in a year which is an election year, many organisations are engaging in what is a very meant to be a very democratic political system within the UK. And it really feels like what the government is saying is, if you engage in politics, if you engage in questioning or or not agreeing with the government in any way whatsoever, you could end up named on this list as well. You could end up being under investigation. So I think it will really make a lot of Muslim organisations think twice about taking part in a democratic system, think twice about encouraging their user bases to engage. And that's really worrying. What we're doing is we're cutting off a part of society from being able to engage properly in the wider society. And that's really worrying for everybody. So I think Muslim organisations will be concerned, although, alhamdulillah, so far all we've had is absolutely positive outpouring from the Muslim community and Muslim organisations in support and solidarity of MEND, because they know that the work that we do is vital. They know that the work that we do is essential, and they know that, we're an organisation which is there to support them.